Having trouble with manipulating variables? Well, welcome to the density triangle. So the density triangle is mass on that top part, density at that bottom part, volume at that bottom part. All right. So how to use a density triangle? Whatever you're looking for, you're going to cover up with your hand. So if I'm looking for math, I'm just going to cover up the mass part of the triangle, and I'm left with density right next to volume. So when you have density and volume variables right next to each other, mathematically, you multiply those things together, right? So mass is going to equal density times volume. If I'm looking for my volume, I'm going to cover up the volume part of my triangle. And I'm left with mass over density. If I'm looking, mathematically, if I got mass over if I got one variable over another, that's going to be dividing. So if I want to look for my volume, mass divided by density. If I'm looking for density, I'm going to cover up the density part of the triangle. So I'm left with mass over volume, which, hey, is the same thing as the density formula, mass over volume. So let's take a look at our problem. So let's go and switch to our marker here. There's 50 milliliters of ethyl alcohol in a beaker. If the density of ethyl alcohol is 0.789 grams per milliliter, what is its mass? So hey, we've seen this problem before. Let's go ahead, and we're looking for mass. So we're going to cover up the mass part of the triangle. So when we cover up the mass part of the triangle, we're looking for mass. So mass equals what? We're left with density and volume right next to each other. So we have mass equals density times volume. So let's go ahead and see if we can plug those numbers in. So we have mass and the density. Let's take a look at our problem. The density of ethyl alcohol is 0.789 grams per milliliter. So I'm going to plug in 0.789 grams per milliliter there. And let's see, our volume is 50.0 milliliters. So those numbers are just right next to each other. Let's get our calculator out. And we're going to take 0.789 times 50. And we get the same answer we got last time, right? So we got, you probably can't see it because of the glare. So we still got mass equals 39.5. And again, the unit for our mass, these numbers are going to cancel out. Not these numbers, these units, right? The units, milliliters and milliliters, one's on the top, one's on the bottom. We're left with G. So our answer is mass equals 39.5 grams.